Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you probably know that for a while I have been quite into the world of fitness. It's always been something that fascinated me. It's always been something I'm trying to focus on because I feel like physical health especially has such a big impact on your mental health. And genuinely, I just find it so inspiring. And I've been following so many people that have been so into it, and I feel like I've learned so much in the past few years. I've been into it for like 5-6 years. That means that I've also failed quite a few times. But why should you trust me? You don't have to trust me. During my fitness journey, which is still very much a work in progress, I failed a few times, and I feel like it's only recently that I've really found what actually works for my body and for how my body works. So stay tuned for all the mistakes I've made along the way. As most people do, there's a common misconception, which is the fact that cardio is going to make you lose weight and make you achieve the physique and form that you see on so many of the people online. This common misconception of running equal fitness. Running is great. I love running. Running is an amazing tool of fitness, but depending on the kind of result that you will want a different kind of training. And when I started, I was so focused because first I had a eating disorder, and secondly because it seemed like a most sensitive option. I felt like burning as many calories as I could at the gym was probably gonna be the optimal way of achieving what I wanted. What I wanted was a certain type of physique that was not even a fit physique at the time. What I want to achieve now, and I've been wanting to achieve for a long time, is a fit physique that is lean and muscly and strong, especially strong. For the training that I was doing at the time, which included a lot of hard cardio, a lot of jumping, just trying so hard to get my abs to be popping, because you were so convinced, or at least I was at the time, that the more ab exercise and the more crunches I did, the more my abs were gonna be popping. It wasn't working and I couldn't figure out why. And the reason is that you can't spot train. I mean, yes, you can spot train, but you can't spot reduce fat. It doesn't work, especially because the areas of your stomach and your thighs and your butt especially are areas of stubborn fat. Therefore, they are the hardest bits of your body where the fat is going to like disappear, basically. One of the things that I learned through my fitness journey is that the only way to actually target stubborn fat areas is to achieve an overall full body workout that will allow to train all of your body, and slowly it will reduce the fat in those areas as well. Basically, my fitness journey has been a mess. It's been a mess because I went from training to non-training because my job takes up a lot of time and I don't always have the time or the strength to go to the gym, and also my job is very physical. Therefore, I need to be very careful not to make any damage to my body. I need to be very careful with injury and not pushing myself so far that the day after I'm not gonna be able to, you know, go upstairs with like very heavy stuff because my legs hurt too much, which this has happened way too many times. Together with the extreme cardio that I was doing, I was also implementing a very calorie reduced diet that was poor in protein and poor in fats. Therefore, what I basically ended up achieving was a very malnourished body and also absolutely no shape whatsoever and no strength at all, because there was no way that any muscle was gonna repair and recreate with the way I was training. All of the crunches I was doing, yes, they were strengthening my core was very strong, but nothing else in my body was actually working, and I was basically a skinny fat person, which is what I have been for so long, because I thought that my calorie reduction was the optimal way to train and get the physique I wanted, without realizing that actually to achieve a good lean physique, weirdly enough, you do need to eat. I've increased my calorie intake, and I've also added protein powder and protein shake at the end of a particularly tough workout, like when I'm having a strength training day, so therefore weight training, I definitely get a protein shake right after, because I've noticed that my recovery times shorten massively and the pain diminishes a lot, and overall I've just been feeling like the results are not accelerated, but more consistent. I found a way that works for me, and I wish someone told me this before, and I feel like someone must have, but you don't get results straight away. The results take quite a while to actually like happen. You need to focus on a healthy overall behavior. I'm recording this with my phone because I'm editing the video, and I realized that I haven't talked about something that is extremely important, that this is a journey to self-love, that your attitude to training must be to make yourself stronger, to love yourself and see yourself grow and make yourself better because you love yourself so much. And it doesn't have to be dictated by something that it's like a target weight or a target body itself. It's something that you learn slowly to love and enjoy. And it's always going to be like somehow impacted by what you want and see, but it's about a healthy journey to having a healthy body, and you know, training to see results because you like the progression and because you're proud of yourself for hitting this and that, but in a positive, nice and loving way. And I think that's very important. I never ever want to promote a negative behavior or anything that could be related to eating disorder. I've been through it. It's one of the most horrible things in the world, and a mentality like that is absolutely destroying. What I am trying to portray is the results and the mentality of someone who's slowly coming out of it, and it's better and better and better every day because of also the fitness journey and how it changed me. Just wanted to make sure that that was out there. There is 3 types of workout that I've been doing so far in my week, where I train from 3 to 6 times a week, depending on how much time and how much I feel like training. I really enjoy going to the gym, so if I can, I just go. I started properly again on the 4th of November, so 3.5 months ago, training properly according to all that I've learned. I couldn't, and I don't want to eat and train like I was. I finally realized that lifting weights has been the ultimate way for me personally to actually finally see results, be happy with what I'm doing, and being able to properly physically see the change. Weight training is the best way I found of being happier with my body. The more muscle you get because you're training, basically the more your metabolism speeds up. But it's not that it speeds up, it's that your daily expenditure of calories increases because your muscles burn more calories just existing than fat does. So if you do have more muscle, you'll burn more calories without doing anything else, long story short. Increasing your muscle mass will make you burn more calories, therefore losing more weight and looking more lean, which means I've been eating more and my body hasn't gotten fatter. It's gotten slightly more defined because my muscle has increased and my fat has decreased, therefore muscles are showing a bit more, and I've definitely found a difference in terms of how my body works and how strong it is and how many things I can do. It's so fascinating and good and just like motivating when you achieve a certain amount of sets, or you can lift a certain amount of weight, or you can do a certain exercise that you never thought you'd be able to do otherwise. For example, for me, a moment of happiness was when I finally started doing jumping on plyo boxes, and I managed to achieve the plyo box number 3, which is what I used to do when I used to do figure skating pretty much. And for so many years I wasn't able to do it because I didn't have enough muscles to do that, and like being able to jump so high and doing it repeatedly and fast. Another really cool thing has been that I finally have strength in my arms, which is something I've never had because I used to do figure skating and volleyball. It's not that much about the arm, it's more about the legs, so I wasn't used to having like, you know, muscles in my arms and whatever. I found that at the moment the split that works really well for me is that I'll try to do as much weight train as I can during the week because I really enjoy it, and I'm gonna make a follow-up video about the exact things I do and my favorite exercises, I guess. But I also try to incorporate one day of high intensity interval training in my week, just because that's one of the most effective ways to actually increase your strength and decrease your fat. Because what high intensity actually does, and I'll try and explain it a bit more in depth when I'll make a specific video about about it is that your heart rate would spike for 30 seconds while you're doing that really intense exercise at your max power, and then it will decrease a bit while you rest in your resting time, and then it'll spike up again. And this constant like up and down of your heart rate is the optimal way of burning fat, ensuring that you're going to be having an after effect of calorie burning. I'm shit at work because it's not even my first language, but like basically after you stop exercising you keep burning calories anyway. And this happens as well with weight training, because muscle repairing, muscle building, and everything that has to do with your tissues getting back into power, and the fact that you're still using that kind of energy basically means that you're still gonna keep burning calories after you've done working out, basically. Long story short, I try and do as much weight training as I can just because it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's good to see the results and see that you can lift more and more, and just seeing you growing and improving and just feeling better about yourself. And high intensity, which is a shorter workout, normally around 20 minutes, that you can do when you have less time. I normally would do a circuit training where I'm like repeating 5 different moves for 4 rounds. I found that finally doing this and sticking to it consistently, which is something I am genuinely so shit at, but I put so much effort into focusing onto something that I know is gonna help me, and I picked fitness and the gym to make sure that I do it constantly. And my goal at the moment is to be able to do a handstand at some point, just because it's something that I was able to do when I was younger, and then now I'm not anymore. So I am trying to make sure that I can do that at some point. I'm training to be able to do that, to do pull-ups, and to do full dipped push-ups as well. Considering that I feel like I've been trying to train for like 5 years, it's only in the recent 4 months that I feel like I've actually found something that works, and then I'm actually achieving results and not just like doing a lot of random things and trying to somehow do something that works. So basically these were my mistakes, which include a lot of cardio, extreme calorie restriction, and inconsistency, which is the worst thing that you can probably do, and a poor diet. But I finally found something that works, and I am extremely happy to finally be seeing, after 3 months and a half, a decent amount of changes in my body. I can eat much more relaxingly, I'm much more active, I feel stronger, I can notice all of these things. Like, I have never had this kind of muscle before, and I know this looks like absolutely nothing, and it probably is, but I've just never been used to this. So basically this was my video about fitness and my mistake and what I'm doing now. I will follow up this series with some specific videos about the way I train, the different types of training, different types of diet, how to make sure you're eating correctly and training correctly. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a personal trainer, I'm just kind of like really into the topic. I've read a lot about it, researched a lot about it, tried it a lot and tested it on myself, so I can talk to you about what has worked for me. So maybe if you have a similar body to me, that might work for you, or maybe it would just be an interesting journey to follow along, I guess. I'm planning on making a proper comparison video at some point at the end of, well, at some point with this journey when I feel like it's worth sharing the result thing, and hopefully that will be helpful for all of you. I'm gonna link down in the description some interesting read about everything that I've talked about, some papers and like documents and articles about the different types of training and why they work, and people are more informed than I am. So I'm gonna do it and put it down in the description below. So I hope you liked it. Let me know if you liked it with a thumbs up, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more updates about my fitness journey. I will hopefully see you in the next one. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. But yeah.